Well, it wouldn't be Florida without this. A heavy tropical rainstorm coming down just prior to kickoff here in Tampa at Raymond James Stadium. With the echoes of cannon blast still ringing in our ears from the north end zone, the Bucs were introduced a moment ago, and they are all set as their guys will do battle with the Miami Dolphins. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. Jones hit and the ball's out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. The fumble on first down now. Here's second down. On play action, it's Brady. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. First down, Tampa's Brady hooks up with Howard. Brady gives this one off to Jones. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Brady now to throw. Looking for Gronkowski, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. To throw is Bridgewater. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And this one will be brought back to the 22. Well, a shaky start for both quarterbacks now. We had the interception on the opening drive, and now they throw it right back to him.
So does that mean we're really kind of starting from the beginning, Brandon, right? Both of them have done it, so we kind of start from scratch. Looks to me like both of these defenses have done their homework, and they're executing quite well.
Gronkowski's going to go. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Rob Gronkowski, 78 yards. And the Bucs have taken a first quarter lead.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield, and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. To throw, Bridgewater. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it. Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
Now Brown. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-punt drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
On play action, now Brady. Throw right side, caught by O.J. Howard. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. But defensively here, Charles, you know, I'd have to imagine coming up with a game plan to stop Tom Brady. Many have tried, few have succeeded. What do you see as their best course of action?
Well, besides stating the obvious, which is having great guys who can cover, and we know how difficult that is in the NFL, I say it's inside pressure. The guy's up the middle in his face because he's not the type of athlete who can get out to the perimeter and hurt you. He likes to step up in the pocket and throw downfield. If you have a couple of good pass rushers right in his face, right in his grill, that's your best chance to slow him down.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 12. Throwing, Trask. Into the hands of Darden. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? They'll try and run forward with Fournette. And Fournette trying to power his way forward, but I don't think he got there. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. That time on the outside, pretty nice job as a cornerback to shed any would-be blockers and make the tackle.
And think about the praise we're giving him, what his coaches have given him, but how about the respect he gets from his teammates to be a complete corner who doesn't just cover receivers, but also tackles ball carriers.
So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31. Well, this defense for the Bucs, they were strong last week, CD, and that went over New England.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Well, this defense for the Buccaneers, they were strong last week, CD, and that went over New England.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
Bridgewater on 3rd and 2. And that's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And with it, time has expired on the first quarter. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
They fake the handoff. Now Brady. That is caught. It's Chris Godwin. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. After the penalty, it's Jones. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
2nd down, another shot for Jones. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on third down. Working out of the gun, here's Trask. He'll get this one complete to Darden. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A little surprise pays off on 3rd and 1. Pass instead of run. Gets him 15 yards. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Ronald Jones, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone. Grant, he will not return it, and his guys will begin at the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. Hands it off out of the gun. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6. Here's Bridgewater. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mike Gesicki, but now it's 3rd down.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. On 3rd down, Bridgewater. Flush to his right, and he wisely will throw that one away. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively, or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Play action. Now it's Brady. And he finds Howard complete. Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
First down catch there by O.J. Howard. Well done, and he's got to be excited because he missed a lot of the fun last year after suffering a torn Achilles back in Week 4. But his head coach, Bruce Arians, says the sky's the limit for him in 2021 after rehabbing in the offseason.
A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
I'll give them credit for a good read right there because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. And he was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice gain.
Now a first down carry by Jones. Jason McCourty, the former Patriot, in on the tackle. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League.
Check, check. Lucky. Shoot.
On second down, here's Fournette. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
45.
Now Leonard Fournette. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Brady's throw there complete. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. The Bucs passing game looking good on this drive. It's a first down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
They'll try again with Jones. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Ronald Jones with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Bucs continue to pull away here in this first half. Extra point put through by Succop. And a rout is on here in this first half. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone. And not wanting to risk it. Anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they've got less than 30 seconds to go here, so not a lot of time to work with. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Tackle made that time by Vita Vea.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone. And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Throwing is Bridgewater. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
And this one is incomplete. Well, the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Pilardi now on to punt as he sends this one away. With it is Brown. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just given him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent, it's really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
Yeah, now they're just looking to add to that total. Brady going to fake the give to Jones and set up to throw. And he's got Gronkowski yet again. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Brady on target to Gronk. First down, Buccaneers. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 5 now. Brady. Throw right side, taken in by Godwin. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 14. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Into the red zone, it's Brady. He's got his big tight end, Gronkowski. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. So I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
On 3rd down, here's Jones. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. It's a pickup of 4, but they're still a yard short here with 4th down, forthcoming. They'll run it with Jones. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the 1st down as he's tackled at the 1. It's a gain of 4 that time. And the Buccaneers are going to have a 1st and goal. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Ronald Jones with his 3rd touchdown so far, number 13 now on the year. And this Buccaneer offense, they're running away with this one. Extra point up and good by Suckup. And the lead will swell by 1 more. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. Here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone. Grant, he will not return it, and his guys will begin at the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
On play action, it's Bridgewater. Flushed out right. And he's left with no option here but to... throw it away. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now Brissett, the backup, his first throw. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
What we've seen so far in this game, they are not going to allow a big shot over the top. You can have whatever you want underneath. They'll give you that, but they're not going to let you beat them deep.
The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10.
Right there, 54, right there, 54 miles.
They're going to try and throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. They'll run on 1st down. Jones. 88 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Good, strong run against the 3-4 set. And that 3-4, you got to have your guys up front eat up a lot of blocks. The guy playing over the center, the nose, he usually has to take on double teams. But when you're able to successfully move him, you're often able to get some yardage, and that's when linebackers have to clean up and make tackles.
They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be third down. Now a play fake. Brady. Wide open. Gronkowski. Touchdown. Rob Gronkowski with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And this Buccaneer offense is running away with this one. Extra point put through by Succop, and that will extend this big lead. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
On 2nd and 7, Brissett. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target, and now it's 3rd down.
Credit the secondary, credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. He's letting this one go for Fuller. Pass caught by Fuller. Well done. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That's a gain of 31 with right around 1 minute to go in the quarter. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Let's go. Right there. 54. Right there. Right there.
Brissett sets to throw it. And that is incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
The 2nd and 10 now as we roll along in the 3rd quarter from Tampa. Brissett. And he slings one that's incomplete.
You could tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. And again, it's Bridgewater. And that will be incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. Open man is Waddle, complete. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. A big pickup there, 20 yards as they convert on 4th. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
So a moment to catch our collective breath after the 4th down conversion. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
45's the mic. Hey, keep it up. Keep it up. Check 45's the mic. Check 45's the mic. Come on, baby.
A first down throw for Bridgewater. Escaping the pressure right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively, you're in the 4th quarter here. You've held the team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
2nd and 10.
45, 45, Mike, 45.
To the air again with Bridgewater. That is caught by Waddle. Touchdown, Miami. Jalen Waddle, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Dolphins are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Extra point up and good by Sanders as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And it's looking all the more likely that a 5th straight win is going to be in the cards. They'll try to run some time here with a 1st and 10. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down. And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
45's the mic.
Working from the gun, it's Brady. Throwing left side, he's got Gronk, complete. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. He's been big, 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a 1st down here. A give to Jones. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
45's the mic. I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. Going to air it out deep for Gronkowski. And got his man complete. An excellent gain, 35 yards.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the 3rd quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the 4th quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. From the gun, it's Brady. He's going to drop this one down to Bernard. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up. Mike, 55. Check, 55.
They'll go with Jones. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. Jones is not going to get in here as they push him back to the 2-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll come out in the pistol.
Check 50, check 50. Jim.
They'll try and run it in with Jones. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get them over the goal line.
Extra point up and good by Succop. And the lead will swell by 1 more. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone. And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big 4th quarter hole. Now here's a handoff out of the gun. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
From the 27, Brissett. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field. Let's go, boys. Let's go.
So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, so a lot of credit to the defensive game plan and especially the execution.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11. Here's Gaskin. He'll get it to the 40. He broke a tackle there, but couldn't get much further. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
If they want it first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on third down. Brissett now. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up fourth. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Bring it go.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Eluding the pressure right. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Again, it's Jones. Oh, and what a nice tackle there. That will hardly move the needle at all offensively. A very short gain. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5. Throwing now is Brady. Looking downfield for Godwin. It's caught inside the 25. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win.